I did a video discussing the greatest guitar players of all time, and I said that Eddie Van Halen was the greatest guitar player ever. Now, I want to clarify. While I love me some Eddie Van Halen, right? Got him right here on the wall. While I love Eddie Van Halen, and I love Van Halen as a band, my favorite guitar player has always been Jimi Hendrix. But I think Eddie Van Halen is technically the best guitar player ever. And this person here said Eddie Van Halen is the greatest guitar player ever. Respectfully, Tom, Prince would like a word. Now, let's just make sure where I stand on Prince. I have Prince way, way, way up on my list of greatest guitar players ever. As a matter of fact, I put him in the top five. My top five greatest guitar players ever are Eddie Van Halen, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Billy Gibbons, and Prince. Having said that, Prince and Eddie Van Halen are on two different planes. Prince is a phenomenal artist, decades and decades and decades ahead of his time. But Eddie Van Halen did things with a guitar that I don't think anybody saw before. He didn't invent a lot of the shit that he did, but he figured out ways to make it better. He figured out ways to perfect it. If you think Prince is the greatest guitar player ever, of course, this is all subjective. These are all opinions. I think you're wrong. I think Eddie is a much better guitar player. As a matter of fact, in that top five, Eddie, Jimmy, Stevie, Billy, and Prince, I think that Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Billy Gibbons, and Prince are all much closer together in the spectrum, and then Eddie Van Halen rises way above them over here from a technical ability standpoint. Once again, my favorite is Jimi Hendrix, and if you look at the guitar style playings of Jimi Hendrix and Eddie Van Halen, you'll understand that, they're two very different styles of a guitar, so I can like one and respect the other. But yet, technically speaking, I think Eddie Van Halen is the greatest rock guitarist ever. There are some other people that I would put way up on the list that people don't consider because they go way back in time, or they're not from the right genre. Maybe they're from country music. You should take a look at some of these country music guitar players. Whoo, Nelly. And boys get after it. So, I understand the thought. I don't know why I just went on a rant there about country music guitar players. It just flashed in the back of my head. 'Twas the tism, my lord. 'Twas the tism. There's something that is undiagnosed, I guarantee you. But yeah, greatest guitar player ever, Eddie Van Halen. We're talking about from a rock standpoint, greatest rock drummer ever, Neil Peart of Rush, period. It goes Neil Peart and everybody else from a rock drummer standpoint. If you want to get into big band drummers and all of that and start doing those comparisons, that's a whole different conversation. Bassist, greatest rock bassist ever, I'm going to have to take Harris from Iron Maiden, because old boy was getting after it. And I get it. There are a ton of phenomenal bassists. I mean, heaven forbid. I got Cliff Burton on the wall here, the major rager on the 4-string motherfucker. But Harris from Iron Maiden was just insane on the bass. And then from a rock frontman standpoint, I mean, you could go with a number of different people, but for my money, he's loud, he's obnoxious, he's probably not the kind of guy you want to leave around any of your family members, but from a rock frontman standpoint, it is hard to argue against David Lee Roth. He was the quintessential 80s rock frontman. So that's my list. I'm sure it's going to spark a lot of conversation.